Episode 2 of Darksky. Something I realized that we didn't do previously was actually introduce ourselves in what we're doing. My name's Q, my channel here on Twitch, and basically we're friends. Most of us have been playing for a good while and doing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeon World, other things of that nature. And we kind of got together and we wanted to, do something a little different. That's how we got stars without numbers out of this. We all work full-time jobs. We're all very real people. We're not personalities on the interwebs, as it is. I believe that's a true statement for everybody, correct?
Unfortunately, we don't know. Yeah. We don't know for sure for these other three. They could be robots.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes. True. Lee, my suspicions are that Lee's a robot. That's just how I feel about things.
Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's right. Curtain. Don't look behind it.
Go away.
It's not some little man pulling levers and operating a holographic sphere.
He wasn't that short.
But yeah, so that's just what we do. We're the people that just play role-playing games and have real-life jobs outside of this. But yeah, let's, I say, if anybody else wants to introduce themselves, they can, but yeah, otherwise we'll just kick back into where we left off last time.
I like it.
There we go. All right. So, I believe how we last left off, we were on, I know we're on Socrates. What was the planet we were on? Actually, let me open up those notes. Yeah. They
just delivered the package.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
That's where we kind of see like the opening camera shot after like the big like dark sky like whoosh and all that fun stuff. And what we see is the crate moving, the big shipping container moving onto the dark sky itself, and the camera itself, it's focused on this little stuffed rabbit that we see, and you see the dust that is accumulated at this particular port that we're at. It's kind of like blowing a little bit in the wind as like one of the big wheels is rolling, and we see this boot kind of stop next to it. We see a hand come down, pick it up. We follow the rabbit up as it comes, and we just see the rabbit get ripped in half and thrown, and we pan up and we see everybody standing in the cargo bay, and we get a cut smash from the cargo bay, and we see Johansson, the very lovable and personable individual who is in charge of the security detail for the Agricultural Corp. And then he begins boxing because he hears a bell.
Sorry, that's...
You're good. So yeah, what do you guys do? Yeah, he's with Solar Wind Combine. He's the head of the security detail. We see him throw this rabbit. All of you guys, I believe, saw that.
I think it was just me.
Just one person.
I think it was just Santo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Anne was staring at other people.
Okay. It was Shiro noticed the guy, and then I noticed the rabbit. I think that's how it worked.
Yeah, because I remember, Lee, Lon, you were having a stare down with Theodore, the aforementioned Theodore, who's wearing, aviators that have the mirrored glasses on the outside. Let me swing down to here.
Joe Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we're on Inian. That's the planet we're on, is Inian.
Some Kenny Loggins starts playing.
Yeah, exactly. So he, Theodore, after he had, assessed that you guys aren't going to be a threat or a problem, he starts walking over to one of the corners, and he takes off his pack, and he puts it on the ground, hits a button on it, and this pressure tent just kind of pops up out of it. And he just kind of stares around, and he stares over at Griff and Johansson. Griff is walking up slightly behind. He's just running his hand along the cargo thing and kind of hitting it every so often, just pop, pop. And he's cracking his neck, and he walks in. Johansson comes in. He's like, all right, boys and girls. So, we ready to get this going?
I have a quick question first. technical question.
Mm-hmm.
Once per day, is that in-game day?
Yeah, so it'll be once per day. So are you talking about your special ability, or?
Yeah, well, no. I have the... Because I took the hardships or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have once per day discern if someone's lying to you.
Okay. Okay, what do you, let's say, what are you trying to discern? Like,
well, no, I'm just asking I was just asking if that is like a once per in-game day, or is that like a once per session thing?
It'll probably be like a once per session thing that you can utilize that.
Good to know. Good to know. Because that's important. That's a very useful ability.
Yeah, I mean, we could make it, we could chalk it up to like a once per hour thing, like how, the other special abilities work, but I think once per session probably works out better for that sort of thing.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Santa would wait until like the people who drop stuff off leave and the 3 security detail guys get inside and start preparing, and then I'm gonna go and try to find those 2 pieces of the rabbit.
Yeah, like you see, he like threw those. But yeah, the truck that kind of pulled everything in, it backs out, beep beep beep, and the scientist, the guy that's in the lab coat, he's down there, and he just like, is like, peace, I'm out. And he gets into his own personal vehicle and drives off behind the forklift thing. Johansson, he's still standing there. Griff, he walks over to you, Andre, and he's like, so, where is it that we're staying? Where are these bunks that we're at?
Well, Wadon just came from the bunks. He was asleep this entire time.
Oh, okay.
Out cold.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of looking around to the other crew members like, did we agree to give these guys berths or what?
I thought they were just gonna stay with the cargo.
Shiro has already slipped away unnoticed, and you start to hear like the engines whining and pre-flight checks in action.
Yeah.
You just hear Santa say, "Yeah, there's 2 extra rooms. The ones without any things in it. Figure it out."
Right. So
just bare corrugated metal walls.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. It's just, holes in walls where you can put things if need be. So yeah, Griff, he's carrying his and Johansson's things, so he just like starts walking. He's like, "Well, do you mind showing me where it's at?"
No.
This is a good time to point out that Shiro keeps his door locked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are there like signs that like show like where the crew quarters would be, or?
Yeah, we'll turn on the we'll turn on the light system. Follow the yellow line.
Yeah, I assume it's like a hospital where there's stripes on the floor that tell you which like engine room, medical bay, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, awesome. So yeah, he follows. Let's say it's like the yellow line that goes to the crew quarters. It's like just follow the yellow line. It's like right. So he's got like his and
no, but it's still in the really sexy computer voice though. Yeah, because we didn't change that yet.
Please follow the yellow line.
Oh God.
So he just like walks up. He goes up the stairs, turns right, and
it's a feature.
Yeah, he keeps going down. So yeah, Johansson's standing there. He's kind of looking around the ship. He looks over at you, Wadon, and at you, Lon, and he's like, "Well, it's not the worst ship I've ever seen." And
I hope just don't turn on black light.
He just kind of stares at you funny when you say that, and he's like, okay. And he himself goes up the stairs, and before he turns to follow the line to go the way that he needs to go, he kind of turns like, "Oh, remember, don't mess with the crate." And he just walks off.
Mess whatever the fuck I want to.
Yeah, exactly. And tell me what to do.
It's our ship. It's ours now.
All right, the outer door is starting to close.
Yeah, so like the steam jets are coming down on the side.
Yeah, I'm running quickly trying to grab the rabbit.
Yeah. Okay. Let me switch us over to that one, and I guess we'll see how fancy I am now with all my overlays. Go ahead. And let's see here. Do I have anything? I don't think there's really anything. I mean, yeah, you just like
perception.
Yeah, you can give me a perception check to see if you can see the rabbit. First off, when you get up there, do you like comms up to the top to let Shiro know that you're running out there real quick?
Well, yeah, because that was sort of the very end thing was like I messaged Shiro saying that I'm gonna figure out what's in the crate, and then I'm like, give me 1 second.
Yeah, let's say it's a difficulty. We'll say 7. We'll say difficulty 7 to see the rabbit pieces that are kind of spread out in a.
Is it like int or whiz?
I'd be with wisdom because you're looking around. It'd be seen.
You hear the engines go through a preliminary burn.
Oh damn!
Fucking
look at you.
Wrecked it.
Look at you. Yeah, you see like the 2 individualized trails of stuffing that are off on the sides. So you.
I just grab them real quick and then run up the ramp.
Yeah, and as you're running, the ramp is closing, and then the interior doors shut in as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you now have in your possession a dirty little rabbit that's been torn in half. It looks like a child's toy.
Yeah, I just kind of put it in my overalls, and then I comms Shiro, and I'm like, are there any last minute adjustments you need me to make?
I've made the adjustments already.
I just go to my room.
Prepare for drill.
Okay. So we see, the lift engines of the Dark Sky fire, and we watch it kind of shake a little bit. It lifts off the port that it's at and just starts kind of going up. And then does it take off straight, or do you go up for a ways first, or do the engines like swivel or anything? Steve, do you know how?
Yeah, I mean, I see it as more of like a graceful tumble, a graceful controlled tumble, like out through the door, like it's probably rotating about 340 degrees while it's tumbling on its yaw axis, and all very exact.
Okay. Yeah, so it just lifts up. You get up into the upper reaches of the atmosphere of Inian, and before you leave, you get a hail from like the Port Authority of Inian Space, and it's like Dark Sky series number 7269 G-8. What are you? You're leaving planet. Thanks for visiting. We look forward to seeing you back.
Nothing.
I just like there's a dead silence, and then I just like go over to the comms like, thanks.
Yeah. So you get like a heads up that you're clear to make a jump after you like get a little ways away from the planet. Like maybe you fly for like 30 minutes. You fly out to like the first moon of Inian, and it's safe to make the jump from there. Your drill.
I make the trip in 23 minutes.
In 23 minutes, you cut some corners on it. Okay. You found a 6 space wake to jump up on.
So is this a strap-in thing for the jump, or is this a?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. Shiro, you're about to make the jump. Is there anything you tell folks?
No, I think I'll just push a button. A little red light will start going off around the ship.
Okay. I like it.
I immediately run over to the, not the co-pilot seat, but whatever to fiddle with the engine seat.
Yeah.
Operations or
Yeah. The Chekhov seat.
Engineering.
Engineering seat.
Wadon's looking around like the use of all radio and transmitting devices is banned at all times as they can interfere with the aircraft instruments. All portable electronic devices such as Walkmans, computers, calculators must be turned off during takeoff and landing. Cell phones must not be used at any time.
What's a Walkman?
Exits are at. Shut up. Emergency exits are aft and 4. Your seat can be used as a flotation device. However, it is full of farts. Enjoy your flight.
Nice. All right. So yeah, you guys, you get up into the thing there, and yeah, you're ready to do it. So go ahead and make your navigation check. It'll utilize intelligence for doing from one hex to the other, It is a 7. Your charts, they are up to date, so there's no negative modifier onto that. So yeah, you're looking to beat a 7. Is what you're looking to beat. And you nail it.
Crushed it.
So yeah, there's absolutely no fear that everything's going to go as smoothly as it should. So it takes 7 days to get from Socrates to Dolabi.
Damn.
Yeah. Space travel is a slow and arduous process, as it is, for the best way I've described it to people. It's like sailing ships during like the Napoleonic Age. It's the most efficient way of doing anything, but it does take time. As you upgrade your spike drive, that time goes down. But as it is right now, it will take you 7 days to get there.
It's still not bad.
No.
7 days for travel between planets. I mean,
I got
that's pretty
7
bad.
days to figure out what's in that crate.
Exactly. So, for the most part, what does everybody do? Like, as the days progress, like, well, let's start. I mean, yeah, we have 7 days here. So, what is the first thing you guys do? Like, as soon as the jump happens, like, we see the cockpit view, and I imagine it's kind of like, a mix of like hyperspace and warp speed. Like you get like multicolors and because you're going in like a weird metadimensional plane is where you're at.
Which space?
Yeah, exactly. You're not in real space. You're not in the real time even. You're in between those areas as far as physics is concerned. So yeah, what does everyone do as soon as this happens?
I will. I'll radio Santo, and I'll say the left plasma conduit seems to be about 2% rich on hurlothermic gas. Look into that when you can.
Yeah. So if Santo,
Yeah, I'm already heading.
Your radio just like goes off, and are you still in the bridge?
No. I'm already heading towards the back because it was our first jump, and I'm just gonna make sure nothing exploded or anything.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've ever jumped in this thing, so.
Yeah. No. You get back there and the secondary plasma coil. It's running a little on the hot side, but the ship was just fairly well maintained. It's fully up to date on everything, so it doesn't seem like anything bad's gonna happen. Too terrible. Yeah, everything was
After
fine.
that, I would just go to my room.
Okay. You go to your organized chaos.
Probably for the next good bit, probably going to spend some time in the cockpit getting used to this new ship. Making friends, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so how it is, so you, like, punched in your coordinates of where you were going, you did your mathematical equations on everything, and, the ship, it'll get there, like, it'll get there, so there's not really a whole lot you need to do, because while you're in metadimensional space, nothing can affect the ship. Also, one thing about it is you can't send communications, they can't reach you, nor can they leave, is the other thing, because you're in such a weird area of space that nothing can escape. That's why there's no faster-than-light communications that can occur. You guys would know this. The Exchange, it's one of the big, like, overarching corporations that's in the sector. They're in charge of the exchange of information. Each system that inhabits people has an exchange waypoint at it, or an exchange-approved station that holds on to that metadata. And they have their own ships that go between systems. It's kind of like the Pony Express is kind of how it is. And it drops off at the appropriate stations and things like that. Nobody, pirates are about the only thing that ever mess with the Exchange. And you'll hear about it every so often where a pirate ship attacked an Exchange ship to significant ruin to that particular pirate ship, for the most part. Maybe one out of every, 500 Exchange ships goes down.
So Wadon is chilling on the bridge for a second. He's looking out the cockpit, looking at everything. Just kind of very superficially, not at all interested in the workings of anything going on. He's watching Shiro kind of do his thing, playing with the controls, like minutely adjusting dials and levers and stuff. And he's looking outside, and he quickly just gets really extremely bored, and kind of just goes back to his room and just starts practicing his art.
Yeah. So what?
Sing some music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about Sue? What is? Or what is what is on?
Well, Anne is gonna check out the weapons on the ship. The two main weapons.
Yeah, so you go over and you start fiddling around with the controls for the multifocal laser and the sand thrower.
Yep.
Just kind of checking them over. Yeah, I mean everything looks functional. Yeah, there's nothing that you really need to worry about on it. Because yeah, like I said, so the ship, the last time it was maintained was January 1st of 2032 of 3200. We are now effectively on January 2nd. 3200. So everything looks great. Yeah, the ship is running as it should.
Awesome.
Which we'll see if that can happen.
Do ship weapons work in subspace? I assume they don't.
They do actually. They do work because that plays into ship combat.
I looked at it very briefly, and it looks like you can only attack people that are on the same spike level as you, or it's harder to attack people who are on the layer above and below.
Yes,
and you can kind of maneuver between levels, and it kind of adds a little layer. But
yeah, it's if you're on the same plane as somebody, it's even odds essentially to hit, or it's no positive or negative modifiers, and then if the further away you get, the harder it is to hit somebody. So you can shoot your weapons into metadimensional space. It's just really hard to do so.
So I have a question, you.
Yeah.
So I have the drive it faster neck.
Mm-hmm.
Does that apply to how long it's going to take us to drill, or no?
Let me take a look at that drive it faster neck here really quick.
Golf vehicles plus 2 speed.
Okay. Oh, that would be for your combat thing for the Darksky. That's where the speed comes in with your spaceship. That's what the speed is there on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then with your regular land vehicles and stuff, it's not so much that it's just a mechanical thing. It doesn't affect how fast or how hard your spike drive can go.
Yeah, that's fine. I figured as much, but I figured I might want to ask too.
Yeah, definitely. Good question. All right. So, yeah, the rest of that first day, so the rest of January 2nd goes by uneventfully. At some point, Johansson and Griff and Theodore, a.k.a. Ted, they come up into the mess hall, the galley, and they start punching in, orders for your food stuff, and they, have some of their own food things that they have, and they sit down, and they're just conversing amongst themselves, and they're having a meal of some kind that fits in with their schedule.
what do we have, like a replicator? What are we talking about?
Yeah. So
like a food machine?
It's essentially it spits out like cream of wheat is kind of the best thing. Yeah, it's like a protein paste that it does, but it can be flavored for different things. So it saves storage.
Tasty.
It's about you can't have like a full like chef's kitchen.
That is the first thing we're going to buy. Wadon is not used to these impoverished arrangements.
The baby food things.
ASAP. We need somebody to make real food. I can't get by on this gruel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can always buy legitimate foodstuffs when you make port at different places to see what they have available. But, it's one of those things that it's like you can live out of your spaceship. It has this food thing that, when your life support needs to be recharged, it needs to be recharged. It fits into that whole thing, too.
Right. It's on the same... I got you.
The same rotation.
Sheriff's perfectly fine with it. It's biosubstantive paste. It contains all the necessary nutrients, and it's fine.
That sounds like the worst thing imaginable to Wadon.
Exactly.
He has rich tastes.
Mm-hmm.
So Wadon has this... his psychic ability, Omen. The precog may force a brief subconscious examination of future possibilities. Relatively straightforward choice. Open a box, swallow a pill, go into a bar. the precog will receive a distinct sense of whether following that course of action will result in physical injury or mental distress within the next 10 minutes. Wadon would like to know if opening the crate will result in physical injury or significant mental distress.
You get a very strong... So, what does it look like when you like look into this alternate future, this alternate reality? Is it just you like prying open the thing, or hacking into the thing?
Oh, like physically, how Wadon would open the box?
Yeah, like just how is it that you're like getting into it?
He would just walk up to it, and if there's like a latch or a handle or something, just.
Yeah, so I think what we see is the audience watching the Dark Sky show here is we see like the doors swing open, and we see Wadon. We don't see what's inside the box, but we see Wadon happen, and then we see an alarm like start going off on the top of the box, and then we see a combat situation arise shortly thereafterwards. Like if you were to go down right now within the next 10 and open the box within the next 10 minutes, it would be not a good idea, because then we like see like a muzzle flash from the top of the stairs like shortly thereafter, like you opening it. And
the top half of Wadon's head just turns into chili con carne.
I mean, it might.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But that's the thing. Like you haven't seen weapons on any of the security people either.
Okay.
But you distinctly like. In this alternate like viewpoint that you see a muzzle flash come at you, like come from the top of the stairs.
Interesting. All right.
No.
Wadon will share this information with her crew.
Yeah.
Say, there's some other. If you're going to try and open this thing, there's some other contingencies that we need to take care of. There's some kind of. Somebody has weaponry, basically. One of these guys.
Santo's just sitting in his room with, like, 2 separate pieces of, like, epoxy. Like, clay epoxy. And he's just, like, kneading them in either hand, and then he just, like, looks over at the bunny rabbit, which he's in the process of, like, trying to repair. And he just messages back, he's like, yeah, I don't know if looking inside that, I don't know if we want to do that.
Well, Wadon doesn't have a data slate or cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He bought a gun.
I think
the
first thing we buy should be get you a cell phone.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
So where do you guys have this? Are you having this meeting then in Santo's room, or?
I don't think it's a meeting. I think Wadon just kind of was doing his thing, and he was thinking about it like, I wonder what would happen. And then would just kind of walk around. I imagine Shiro's still up at the bridge, kind of looking at things, still making his little minor adjustments, and then just kind of slip it into like a normal conversation, if there is such a thing as a normal conversation on the ship. Don sees his other crewmate playing with the 2-stage epoxy. Santo's like, yeah, this is it's like a fabric doll of some kind. I don't know if like a hardened epoxy is going to be you might want.
Well, no, the epoxy is not for the doll. It's for other things.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Be careful of that epoxy on my bridge.
I just put them back in my pocket.
Put a big lump of epoxy on like some control mechanism.
Oh no.
Underneath the table.
Yeah.
Hope we don't need the landing gear.
We don't need this red button that says, evacuate. We don't need that button anymore.
Yeah.
I just like hold up the stuffed bunny and I'm just like, I just look at Shiro. I just straight up ask like, how do you feel about human trafficking? You have any strong opinions? You're against it. Okay. So I don't think we should open up the box.
Of course not. We signed an agreement. We don't open the package. We take the package to where it has to go.
Are we at the bridge right now?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know, like where you guys would have this conversation.
Oh, like I said, I think Wadon is just kind of going around to everyone individually, wherever they're at, and telling them, like, hey guys, I used my super cool powers and I did something really interesting and useful.
I'm probably spending most of my time on the bridge, yeah.
So I have a question on that. So when Wadon, when you tell people that you're like utilizing psychic powers, how does everyone else react to that? Because different systems, different people have different reactions to how they would view like psychics and things like that.
Yeah, like none of you are Prince Apios types, are you?
Yeah.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of there was not a whole lot of people on Horizon, so very few people had MES.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably like, oh, kind of surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But he's ignorant to it, so he doesn't know the dangers of it either.
Yeah, and probably the people who had metadimensional extroversion syndrome (MES) on Horizon, they were probably people that didn't see the light of day very often because they were probably like employed by like the warlord families to do like psychic espionage sort of things against like one of the other families.
Like every now and then I'd see someone, but it's only whenever they're like interrogating someone.
Yeah, it's like the clickers from Riddick.
Mm.
But,
Well, I'm just a totally normal guy, except I can see the future. So think of me that way.
I mean, I believe you, but I don't know. I don't know how to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Santo doesn't.
Yeah. So yeah, you're kind of Wadon, you're trying to keep this this whole thing kind of quiet as far as like, how you're doing this. You're not bringing everybody together. So
no, he's not going to go up to the transport guys and be like, "Hey, so I used my crazy psychic powers to find out what would happen if we fucked with you guys."
No, I know. I kind of figured you weren't going to do that. But yeah, you're not like calling everybody together. So the transporters, Johansson, Griff, and Ted, they don't feel any like intrepidation about anything going on. They don't feel like anything, wonky's happening so much. They're just like, okay, this dude's just walking around a lot. Whatever, it's his. He can do that.
It is.
At some point,
I'm trying to get some exercise.
Yeah, exactly. And at some point when you're walking, maybe from the bridge to go talk to one of the other two, you notice Ted isn't there. So he's just not there when you walk by. And when you walk back to go talk to party member number 4, he's back again. So he disappeared for a short while.
I assume there's security cameras or like life sign sensors or something on the ship.
Yeah, they'd be up on the bridge. Yeah, they'd be
okay.
Up on the bridge for like where like a biometric scanner for the ship is.
Right. I assume Shiro would say something if he saw like Teddy planting like a shaped charge explosive or something on the number 4 coil duct.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Wadon's not too worried about it.
Yeah, I say, Shiro, are you watching like the biometric scanner of the ship?
Typically, you don't want to shoot the tires of the car that you're driving.
I would say that I'm watching it, but it's probably not my primary concern. Okay. My primary concern right now is setting up the controls the way I like them.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't notice anything then if you're focused more so on that than anything. But yeah.
Wadon will ask Shiro while he's on the bridge if he can set up the radio.
Sure, I guess I can do that.
All right, cool.
Like the intership communication
like the
system?
Intership comms?
No, the radio.
Radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
he's going to set up like his favorite channels. I know there's no communications in whatever space, but I assume Wadon knows like all the good stations in every system.
Yeah, so like if
being
you
a musician,
if
you have a compad,
then no, I can't do that.
You can have like saved audio files onto your compad that you can listen to. I'm sure like Santo and Anne and Shiro like have music like playing at like different types of music.
Okay. Well, Wadon doesn't go for this digital shit. Log type guy. If it doesn't have a vacuum tube, he's not into it. So, you guys,
Oh wow, Wadon's into like that super niche.
Oh yeah.
Old school technology.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not Amish?
The hipster psychic.
Yeah.
Space Amish.
Space Amish hipster.
Yeah, he's on Rumspringa currently.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going on here. I don't know what this technology is. It doesn't have a button.
He knows what it is. He's very vocal about how sour them grapes are. He has no recorded music, nothing of his own right now. He spent all his money on a very cool armored suit that doesn't look like armor. It just goes under his clothes, which he wears all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Because his own hide is his number one concern.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to do on for the rest of the first day? Is that just like sharing out the information that you peered into the future?
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, Santa would probably just be like bothering Shiro every now and then and being like, you know, it'd be cool if we got this. And I'm like pulling up my like data slab of like something that would like that we don't need on the ship, but it would be cool. And then like I'm trying to like figure out what Shiro finds cool, and then I just like, we should get a snub fighter.
Ship and Pilot magazine.
Yeah.
We should get a snub fighter that we can launch from the cargo bay.
Sure.
Yes. A sub-spike drive vehicle that we can launch. Yes, be the coolest. That actually would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
Probably get some sort of planetary vehicle.
SRV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just get a Mako, you know, from Mass Effect.
I am proficient in vehicle space, so let's.
Yeah.
There's room.
It's not Spaceland.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't touch my controls. Just
Oh
don't.
no! That's why I'm saying we should get the snub fighter for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
So
just don't touch the don't.
So yeah, I mean the next day, I mean, so I guess my pertinent question is: do you guys go down at any point during the rest of this venture up to Dalabi to check on or investigate or do anything with the crate?
I bother Theodore.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like in the ensuing time between the bridge and my quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably spend a little bit of time eating. If there are any of these security guard people about, I'll eyeball them down. Probably won't initiate any conversation unless they talk to me. Keep it nice and dry. And yes, I will be checking on the cargo space at least once a day.
Okay. So when you go check on the cargo space, what do you check on? What are you looking for?
As I have an impeccable eye for detail, basically I'm just looking for things that are out of place, things that are not where they should be.
Okay.
Lids that are open when they should be closed, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you go down there, and really the only thing that looks out of place is the fact that there's a pressure tent in the corner where Ted is sleeping. And there is, in the otherwise very empty cargo space that can hold 100 tons worth of stuff, there is a crate that's, you know, a big. It's like a train car. It's a big,
like a shipping container.
Yeah, it's a shipping container that has its own independent life support thing up on top. It has a little control panel on the side. There's the doors in the back that do have like a latch on them. It looks like it might be connected into the control panel. But yeah, I mean, nothing looks out of place. Nothing looks strange.
Well, I will walk up to the crate with my arms crossed and stare at it intently until I am satisfied that all is well.
Yeah.
And I will leave.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe let me figure out what day like you're down there and if Ted what day Ted comes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll a d4 here. So yeah, on the second day of the venture, you're going down. You're like looking at it like intently, just like staring at it, like, you know, maybe pondering what strange and magnificent things might possibly be inside this crate. Why Santo's so obsessed with this small stuffed rabbit toy that's all dirty and gringy that you haven't touched or looked at for fear of germs. And Ted. You hear footsteps from the catwalk above you, and Ted starts walking down the stairs towards his little pressure tank. He kind of looks over. He's like, "What are you doing, pilot?"
I'm checking the cargo. What are you doing?
My job. You don't have to check the cargo. I'm here to watch after it.
The ship is under my care. I'll check the cargo when I want to.
Yeah, Ted just stares at you intently. Like he's gunning you down. He's got his aviators on. You see yourself reflected, double over and fish-eyed out, staring at him, and he just.
I have no clue about social norms or like, it's all like a blank slate to me.
Yes, exactly, Andre. Just like that.
I mean, the cop eye.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just staring at you. He's like, you don't have to worry about it. That's why they pay us. We worry about it. You get us there safe. You get paid. It's not a hard concept, is it?
I'm in charge of the ship and getting us there safe. That's not a hard concept, is it?
Oh, I like it. I like you just flip it back on him. So he just like stares like, you son of a... Like you can tell like the inner monologue is like, I really just want to beat the living shit out of this guy, but then we can't. But then landing will probably be difficult, and I don't want to have to get reprimanded and get rid.
Well, they did witness me thread the needle, so they know what kind of pilot I am at this point.
Exactly.
I'm just
Probably
up,
won't be good
I'm
to
just
break
up on
my
the bridge
fingers.
laughing.
Yeah. Like the intercommunication comms are just up to the bridge, and you can just hear all of this happening. Yeah. So I mean, Ted's not gonna like back down. He's definitely gonna be just staring at you the whole time until you leave.
That's okay. He's free to stare, and I will continue to look at this crate until I'm satisfied that all is well, and then I will walk away. And yeah, I think Santo probably takes every opportunity he can when I'm not on the bridge to go up there and mess things up and push buttons. And
It's not so much that as much as it is like there's like
sit in my chair and spin around. Whee!
Like there's definitely that going on. But then I like quickly run over to my chair and your chair is still spinning.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, or like but I also like see you down there and I like send you a message saying like what are the biometrics reading on that thing?
Yeah, so you can actually. So are you like So Santo, you're up in the bridge. Are you looking at the bioscanner that's up there that shows like if there's anything bad going on in your ship, like where
I want to know what kind of artificial. I want to know what kind of artificial atmosphere, or if there is any inside that container.
Yeah, so you look over and like you do a check for that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me a computers test, please. Because you're gonna,
boy.
Yeah, you're gonna go look it up on the. I'll say it's a difficulty 6 because I don't think you're trained in computers, are you?
No.
Yeah. So we'll say it's a 6. I mean, it's not unattainable. I'd be using intelligence. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you roll that beautiful double 1.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Screened my system.
That would be a 3. It doesn't matter.
It's with intelligence. I see a plus negative and plus positive. So
you have that reroll. You have that free reroll once an hour.
You can utilize your reroll if you want to right now.
Oh yeah, I do have that ability, don't I?
You'll get it back when we come back after our break. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So yeah, same thing.
Where's it
Don't
at?
fuck it up.
Yeah, computers utilizing intelligence unassisted.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, so you look at it. You scan in on it, like you click like maybe the wrong thing, and some weird pop-up comes up that was stored in there for whatever reason, and you just click out of that, and then
I just deleted one of Shiro's macros.
Yeah, it has one of Shiro's macros that you just
It's like, oh
deleted.
shit!
Like a bobblehead Shiro comes up and goes,
Didn't say the magic word.
So
Please.
yeah. So yeah, you look at it. Currently, I mean, it's not running. You can see like it glows like green, I guess, like where like the artificial like atmosphere thing is. You see that it's not running whatsoever. Yeah, it's not on right now. But if you're looking at the biometric scan that's going on, you can see that there are 24 small signatures that appear to be lining the walls, the lengthways walls of the thing, like you can't make like definite shapes because they just look like little heat blobs is what it is. But there's 24 of them. They range, you'd probably imagine, from maybe a meter tall to maybe just over 1.5 meters.
These are big things.
We're shipping manlets.
I just look at the bunny rabbit again.
Mm-hmm.
Just like put it away in my pocket. And then I quickly run out, get off and run out of Shiro's chair.
Yeah, so and I think we cut back over to, like, we see the heat signatures, and we, like, zoom in on the two bigger ones that are fairly close together, and, like, we do this weird, like, pass through the screen, and the heat blobs turn into Shiro and Ted.
Cool transition.
Exactly, really cool transitions. That's what it's all about. That's where all the budgeting goes in this show. So we go back and we see Ted and Shiro just kind of standing and staring each other down, and eventually, you go back up and do your stuff, right, Shiro?
Yep. Again, as if I'm satisfied that the cargo is secure, that's all I really need to know.
Yeah. So as you walk by, like, he puts his hand like on his hip, and just like stares and watches you go, and then he goes over and he like starts clacking away on the keyboard for the display on the side of the shipping container. So yeah, I think that next day, that third day, since I only rolled a 2 to when it's the second day, or maybe it was 2 days after that. So this is the fourth day on the venture. Johansson, he approaches you, Wadon. He finds you in your quarters. Are you working on like paintings or something?
Wadon is reviewing some sheet music that he has. Mm-hmm. He's looking over it, making little annotations. Oh, this is sharp, or so he's like scratching out parts. Like, I don't like this. This is bullshit.
He's just composing things.
Oh no! He has like, he went to Folkwines or something before they left and got like the Harry Potter soundtrack, to practice the journey. Classical music, very highbrow stuff. Well, it's John Williams.
He's got some weird like 10.5 string space violin.
Well, I imagine. I didn't have the money for it when I was making my character, but I imagine Wadon has like one of those big 8-string guitars.
Yeah. I mean,
a couple of them.
Yeah, we can say you probably have like an acoustic guitar or something.
Oh no!
Okay, fine. That's Spanish classical guitar.
I think he's like talking about like an 8-string bass.
No, just 8-string regular guitar.
Okay.
An electric boy.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You did. You had an electric guitar. That was your thing.
Yeah. So he'll just kind of look up. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
So he stares at you. He takes off his sunglasses because he wants to look you in the eye. When he takes off his sunglasses, this is the first time I think you've seen him without them. He actually has a slight cybernetic in his right eye. Like his eye got taken out for whatever reason. There's a mechanical one in there that has kind of a bluish silver kind of look to it. The iris itself has little blue lines all around it that go into.
So it's like a cool, like a barely noticeable thing, or is it like a big robot camera? It looks like jammed.
It's meant to look subtle. Like it okay. Probably doesn't do anything, but other than give him sight. It doesn't give him like anything extra. It's just at some point he lost an eye, and now he has like this really kind of cool, subtle cybernetic eye that does the job that the eye should do. So he takes off his glasses. He stares up at you. We see him, and he goes. So my man Theodore, he's informed me that some of your crew are snooping around the cargo.
Oh, snooping, huh? And Wadon doesn't even look up, really. He's just kind of, making little notes, kind of scrivening away. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, have they opened it?
He just like the barest hint of a smile like creases like his left eye, and he's like, if they would have opened it, I don't think this conversation would be happening right now.
Oh, interesting. So they've just been looking at it.
Yes, they've been. I believe it was your pilot. He's been snooping around. Kind of a strange one, that one. Very particular about how he likes things. We're going to need you guys to keep a wide berth of it. Like you said, it's our job to maintain it and to take care of it. That's why Ted's down there pretty much all day except for meals. And even during meals, he's down there for half the meal.
Okay, well, we can definitely do that. But in turn, I'm going to need you and your guys to keep a wide berth from the entire rest of the ship, because it's our job to maintain and watch over the ship. So, don't look at the ship. Don't snoop around the ship.
He like puts his hands up. He's like, "Whoa there, Mr. Nasher. We haven't been snooping or anything." Griffin.
Wait, what are you? You're looking at the ship right now. To walk here, you had to have looked at the floor to see where to go and to find my room. It seems like Shiro, his only crime has been looking at whatever you guys have in there, or the container. So you're just as guilty as he is.
Yeah, he just cocks an eyebrow at you, and he's just like, you mean to tell me that in order to walk from my room, and he like leans out and he counts 1, 2 doors away from yours to the galley, to the cargo bay, I have to keep my eyes shut in order to do that?
No, you don't.
Where Don's got my back.
Yeah. No, you don't have to keep your eyes shut, but by the same token, I mean, this is our ship. We're under contract to transport whatever you guys have and your cargo. Just looking at you is not a crime, just in the same way as you looking at us and looking at our ship is. You see where I'm going with this? You understand my point? I don't have to explain myself any further.
So he just like stares at you and shakes his head and puts his sunglasses back on. He's like, thought we could be reasonable and talk about this, but... And he just backs up and he walks towards his room. You hear the door 2 doors down just slide shut.
Okay. He's like, well, I thought we could be reasonable and talk about this. Right as he leaves.
Yeah, exactly. He probably heard you, but who gives?
Exactly. Well, I don't know. It seems to Wadon that we were reasonable and we did talk about this, so he doesn't know. This guy's just being a hard ass. Mm-hmm. Wadon is not used to having to deal with consequences from angering people like that, so it's like not even part of his life experience to kind of tiptoe carefully around people who could, just beat his ass.
Yeah. Hilarious. So I think the rest of that day, passes by with limited incursions. Probably like Griff is like in the mess hall, like in the community space there, and he's reading a book on his pad, on his data slab, or not his data, but his compad. He's got like the plus version that's like slightly bigger than the regular ones. So
Danielle Steele.
Yeah, he's got some weird. He's got a book in there. We don't know what he's reading, but he's obviously like staring at it intently. Like he's just. Like we get the side view and it's like a picture book and he's just staring at the pictures. Yeah, so he's just. Is anyone in?
Anne.
Yeah, Anne
is gonna pass by and ask, "What you reading? Porn?"
He just stares at you. like he puts it down and he stares at you. He's like, "How do you read porn?"
Erotic fiction. Porn. Same thing.
No, it's not. He puts the compad down and like spins it towards you and hands it across. It's like some like action novel that he's reading where like it's like a buddy cop novel is what it is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about these two
Cool.
cops that are like jump across the universe and fight aliens. It's super horrible writing. It's totally like there's a movie that's out about it, and it's the book version of the movie. The movie totally came out
those.
first.
It's about
Oh.
those.
The cover
I
is
bet you it has time travel in it.
It totally
Yeah.
like the second movie is like all about time travel. Which,
it's Old Man's War. That's what he's reading by John Scalzi. That fucker.
yeah.
We gotta go back.
Yeah, we gotta get back to the future. Yeah, so he just like flips it around, and like the main characters are like in this like gun battle, and they're fighting like aliens with 7 tentacles on their heads, and the aliens are wielding swords, and they're cutting people apart, and it's horrible writing, is what it is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, not erotic fiction, huh? I'm
Well,
cultured.
arguable.
Yeah, it's like I'm cultured.
It's pretty hot.
You like it?
Yeah. Have you read Space Werewolf Detective 3?
He goes through and he's like, oh yeah, and he closes out the app that has the book, and you like see like his whole like library on there, and he brings up like what'd you say, Werewolf Space Detective 3?
Yeah.
Like he's got 1 through 5, like the whole series in there. And he's like, yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
wait, like have you heard anything about book 6 yet? Like it should be pretty good. I don't know how they're gonna get over like when the princess in 4, like when she time warped
Travels
forward.
back in time.
No, she time warped forward, and
Cool.
like I don't know how they're gonna resolve that conflict. Like there's a nuclear war going on on this planet, and everyone's got like space aids. Like it's weird. How are we gonna resolve this?
Yeah, I mean, well, they did figure out land aids, so I guess they figure out space aids. But I'm more worried about the cloned grandfather.
Yeah, so you guys just like expel about these horrible novels
Yeah.
that are
Santo just like walks in to like grab something to eat, and he just like walks back out. He's like, "What? What the fuck is going on?"
here. Yeah, totally. And then let's swing us over to the title page here, so we can actually like refresh ourselves what everyone kind of looks like here. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and put up this one here. So I've got everyone's images up there, so everyone kind of knows what everyone looks like here. So Griff, he's this big guy, and he's he's a good sized dude. If he was like of any ethnic origin, like at some point in his history, like he was Eastern European, and that shows through pretty hard. Like he's got the military buzzed haircut. He's
wearing a tracksuit.
He totally would, like on his days off, he totally has a tracksuit that he has on. But yeah, he's just like this big guy, and you look fairly similar to the image that you have, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's sitting there, and he's like, so you been with this crew long? What's your story, honey?
She kind of holds back a shudder at the honey part, but actually, I just joined pretty recently. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty new crew. So yeah.
Have you ever done corporate work before? Have you ever you looking for anything that pays probably better than? Are you guys mercenaries? What are you exactly?
I guess we're just transporters, really.
Well, he like stops and thinks for a second. Like, well, that's our job, but
Well, we are transporting you, aren't we?
yeah, you're transporters who transport transporters. And he like stares up like into the skylight that's in the galley where it shows like the artificial image of like the night sky like going over.
Right.
And he's just like, huh. That'd be a good novel idea. And I think, And he at some point like he'll hand off like his business card, and it literally just says Griff on it. It says nothing else. Yeah, it just says Griff. Solar Wind private security. He just like hands it off to you as you guys are talking about these horrible novels. He's like, well, if ever you get tired of running with these guys, look us up. We're always looking for strong, able-bodied individuals.
Cool. I pocket his business card and hand him mine, which is just a piece of paper. I picked up somewhere.
Yeah, you just like scribble
it has
on.
None of my information on it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, he puts it in. Like he just puts it like he opens up like a pocket on his vest that he has on, and he just like puts it in there and like closes it back up. Yeah, totally.
Sweet. So is this like a routine work? Is this like what you do usually?
He's like, oh yeah, I mean we transport the goods from one place to another. Typically we're stationed on Indian. It's one of the big places, but yeah, this is pretty much what we do. We take goods, we put them on ships, we make sure they get to the places safe. Haven't had to kill very many people though. It's kind of a buzzkill. I used to have a much better job than this, but it pays better though.
I see. Oh, I think I'm still in the part of my life where I'd still rather kill more than make money. So I'm good where I am.
He just kind of laughs like, I remember those days. It's cute to have morals. But you gotta keep getting paid to keep eating. I haven't missed many meals, and he's he's a fit guy, but yeah, you can tell he's like when he's like older, he'll be very fat and chubby because he won't have a workout regimen anymore that he'll keep up with.
So I'm gonna also ask him about like what's their equipment. What gun are they packing? What kind of things they're using?
Okay. Yeah. No. You've probably built up a little bit of a rapport with him here. Go ahead and roll a persuade.
Oh boy, that's it's not my good point. Persuade.
Yeah, some kind of modifier on that, since they speak the same language.
He speaks. I don't know what languages he speaks. Let me double check real quick.
No, I mean
we share this mutual interest.
Yeah, like soldier language is what I'm talking.
Oh, okay, you're talking about that. Yeah, we'll say you're assisted on it because you've been chummy. You've been talking about these horrible books with him. Yeah, we can do that, and then yeah, you'll get an assist out of it.
All right. Assisted 1.
Yep, 1. Nice.
Oh, you have it. Wow.
Yeah, so you were asking about like the type of weapons that he's utilizing is what you were asking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of stares. He stares at you and he cocks his eyebrow up. He's like, "Well, I know Johansson won't like it when I talk about it, but I can't resist a pretty girl wanting to know about guns." So he'll just straight up tell you like he has a semi-automatic pistol that he has in his possession, and he also has a submachine gun that he has that's available. They're both in his room. He'll tell you that too. He's like, because he's gonna offer to like show you his guns.
I'm sure I can show you a bigger one in my room.
Clever.
Jesus Christ!
In so many words, he was like, I could show you my guns if you want. And he's like, yeah, they're locked away in my duffel bag. It's a secure lock. Paid 500 credits to get that lock made. He's like trying to impress you like super hard.
Oh.
He's throwing around the fact that he paid big money for a special lock, and he's got big guns.
Nice. I just think about the really big gun I fall asleep with every night.
Yeah, your body pillow that has the image of your rocket launcher on it. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you now know that he has a semi-automatic pistol and a submachine gun.
Cool. I will also show him my semi-automatic pistol.
Yeah, you just like have it on your hip and just like pop on the table. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he like stares at it. Do you mind if I handle your gun?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So he picks up your pistol.
First base to soldiers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is soldiery first base. You know, handling each other's pistols.
Right.
Yeah. So he picks it up. He does like the twirl around, like feels the weight of it, like empties the magazine out, like pops the round out, catches it in the air, puts it down perfectly, like stares at the muzzle, like stares it down, like opens up the chamber again, like does all the fun gun stuff, puts everything back in, puts the last bullet back into the magazine, puts it back into the chamber, hands it back to you. He's like, it's a fine weapon.
Thanks. Did you notice I modified it? There's just stickers on the gun.
It's just stickers.
Yeah.
What are they stickers of?
Like those comic book sound effects, like pow stuff.
I love it.
And there's also a sticker of those round bombs.
Oh, like the little bomb.
Yeah, cartoon bombs.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's not standard issue, but he like stares at you and like gives you a small smile. He's like, it's pretty cute.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I nod and back away.
Just like, yeah, it's real cute. Okay, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way. Don't follow me, please. Awesome. Okay. So I think we have 3 more days left to travel. I think that's a good place to take a little break here. Let's come back in 10 minutes. Just because I like to take a break about every hour. And we will see how the last 3 days turn out and getting onto into the lobby. All right.
That's good.
Awesome.
Oh no, what happened?